everyone, my name is Mary Adeomi. Today I'll be doing a video presentation on one of my PhD classes called Cognitive Psychology. We were asked to make a presentation on any topic of our choosing, and today I'll be talking on false memory. As we all know, memory is constructive in nature, and recalling the memory makes it not reliable, and memory is quite susceptible to modification. Research has shown over time that memory events can be changed or reinterpreted by the person's present knowledge or their expectation. A great example would be that of the former president of the United States of America, George W. Bush. He was asked on 3 different occasions on how he heard the news of the 9/11 attack. His answers contained substantial inconsistencies, which provides a very near perfect example of a false flashback memory. Research has also shown that induced stress as a way of making false memories. Findings indicate that stress, possibly through its impact on the hippocampus, can affect the false memory. Also, another research was also done to examine how memory distortion is related to the characteristics of the interviewers and the rememberers. Results indicated that participants who exhibited memory distortion scored significantly high on the dissociative scale. Dissociative scale is one of the measures used in determining whether someone is telling the truth or a lie. And this pattern of findings suggests that false memory may derive from a social negotiation between particular interviewers and remembrance. Let us all consider this situation. Cynthia sits on the witness stand in court. She's recounting an emotionally charged memory involving a childhood sexual abuse involving her. Her report is both detailed and emotional. She explained how her grandfather molested her and how she repressed the memory, and the memory was recovered through therapy. Can we say Cynthia's memory is a result of a real memory or a product of suggestion or imagination or some other process? The question still remains, how do we tell if a particular memory is true or false? Cognitive scientists have developed several techniques to measure groups of memories. Also, lawyers, police, and researchers have developed techniques to help them judge whether a person can be believed or not. Researchers have tried different activities on participants. One of the examples, participants were presented with related words like nap, sleep, dream, pillow, without the critical law word, which is strongly related to all the word listed, which is sleep. Subjects in those experiments were now told to try recall or recognize the studied items. Most of them falsely remembered the critical law word, which is sleep, demonstrating the fallibility of recent memories. Cognitive scientists have turned to neuroscience in hopes of learning what the brain can reveal about memory and cognition. The 2 most widely used neuroimaging techniques for studying human memory are the event-related potential ERP and functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI). In an attempt to detect whether someone is lying intentionally or unintentionally, often there are tools used like polygraph, interrogation, or other interview skills. Such tools are used by a variety of professionals in many disciplines. There are 2 types of lying. Some people who lie intentionally, probably for their financial gain, fame, popularity, even mischief. Other people who lie without knowing that they are lying. In other words, they think they are telling the truth, but they are reporting something that is false, a false belief or a false memory. Let us all consider the intentional liar. One can easily lay a trap to ensnare the intentional liar. Lies tend to beget like creating a web of lie. Often, one slip is enough to require to catch the liar. Also, we may look at the past for clues to know whether someone is lying or not. Past behavior is often said to be the best predictor of future behaviors. So, previous liar can still lie today. Some liars lie repeatedly. But let's now imagine someone who does not lie often. If the person has no real history of lying, then how do we know whether the person is lying now? So past behavior can be informative, but it is a blunt instrument in determining to know whether the person is telling the truth. Other methods can be explored. One is the micro-expression of facial emotions. This involves reading the facial expressions for inconsistencies. yeah, which is mostly exhibited by deceivers. Then the question should remain: how do you catch a liar who is lying but unaware that he or she is lying? We can examine the content of his memory report for clues that this event occurred. We can also look at individual difference measures used by psychologists to determine who is going to lie. Who is going to lie? Among these is the dissociative experience skill that I talked about earlier, and we also have the Malocron social desirability skill, the creative imagination skill. Findings of all these measures are made, so there is no one way, like there is no true measure of whether to determine whether someone is lying or not. One approach to determine if an individual's memory report is authentic is to analyze the content of the memory report. Investigators have developed several procedures for assessing the validity of written and verbal statements concerning events. After a suggestion-free memory report has been obtained from someone, how do we determine if it's true or false? One popular technique used is the criteria-based content analysis. This technique involves the scoring of memory reports using 19 cognitive and motivational criteria that are present or absent in the report, e.g. the logical structure, the unusual details, the spontaneous corrections. Consistent with other works, true memory reports tend to contain more details, especially sensory details like sight, sense, touch, taste, and smell than false memory. Real memory have more sensory and conceptual information, including visual, auditory, and olfactory details. So let us examine Cynthia's memory report closely. How can we be sure that memory is real and not the product of suggestion? We now know that suggestions and imagination can make a false memory feel and appear real. In conclusion, all memory is false to some degree. We just have to accept that. Memory is inherently a reconstructive process, whereby we piece together the past to form a coherent narrative that becomes our autobiography. In the process of reconstructing the past, we color and shape our life experiences based on what we know about the world. Our job as human beings is to determine the portion of memory that reflects reality and the portion that reflects inferences and bias. Thank you very much.